What's up YouTube, JamieTheKid00 here, coming to you guys with a deck profile of the Elemental Dragon build that I played at today's Kempston Bronze Qualifier for the UK and Irish Dueling Series Finals. Basically, for those of you who don't know what this Dueling Series is, all around UK and Ireland, we're having these qualifiers. It's basically like how it works for qualifying to US Nationals, because here we don't have to qualify for our Nationals, we qualify for Euros, but that's kind of another video entirely. Basically, there are these bronze, silver and gold qualifiers going on around the country, and if you can top one of those events, you'll earn yourself an invitational to kind of the finals, which is going to be a big tournament, which they expect to be as big as Nationals. So I went to the bronze qualifier, which is kind of like the smallest and most common qualifier that was hosted at my locals, and I ended up taking third place, going 4-1 in Swiss. We did not do a top cut, and my only loss was in the Dragon Mirror match, where I think in both games he had game 1 he just had the Colossal Fighter loop over Maxi, and then game 3 was just I had the most appalling hand known to man. But such is the game. I figured I'd just go into the list and then talk about my matchups following it. I'm sure I'm going to start talking about things as I go through, but let's get into the list. So it's going to be fairly standard, and I know a lot of people just hate me doing this, but on the plus side, I also won my sneak peek today, so that's hence this map. So 3 Blaster, 3 Tidal, which is, I actually hate Tidal. He's a big body, but I absolutely hate his effect. 3 Tempest, which was so good, and 3 Redox. I reborn so often today with Redox, because I kept on drawing either 2 Redox or Redox Reactan, like more often than I probably should have. Then 2 Burner, 2 Stream, 2 Reactan, 1 Lightning and 1 Corseska. I vastly prefer the 1 Lightning, 1 Corseska variant to 2 Lightning, because you just never need that second Lightning, because you're going to be searching this the second time you do a search, so I never really feel you need the second Lightning, but some people would beg to differ. That's the 20 main dragons. This is a 41 card main with, I think, 27 monsters or something like that. Yeah, 27 monsters. Then for the hand traps, I played the 3 Effect Veiler, because you kind of have to. These were devastating throughout the day. Like, there were so many times when this was incredible. The 3 Maxi, kind of equally as devastating, and then the 1 Swift Scarecrow, which actually is quite a lot. Like, this was really good. There were so many occasions where it won me games, or at least kind of stalled me and gave me more chances to try and win games. Then the spells are fairly standard. I played the 1 Reborn, the Dark Hole, the Storm, and the Book of Moon. I felt that going the whole hog would be best on these, just because it gives me... they're just power cards. Like, I've been cutting them before, and I've kind of started to realise how stupid it is to cut these. So, Reborn is Reborn, helps you go off better. Dark Hole helps you OTK better. Heavy Storm helps you OTK better. And Book of Moon says to Jowgen and Kaiku, piss off. So, that's why they're good at one-offs. So I played those 4. Then for the multiples, I played Double Chalice in main. I didn't like Breakthrough Skill, and I wanted a way around Kaiku, Jowgen, Ophion, all sorts of things like that. Pleiades, and Chalice was that answer. To help me get to my things, I played Double Sacred Sword. And then I played 3 Gortark for just the search ability that it gives you, and the 3 Super Rejuvenation. And I need to give shout-outs to Darren O'Mara, the guy who came second today with the Dragons, and he's the guy who also beat me in Swiss with Dragons. He advised me after round 1 to start siding 1 Rejuve out every time I side decked, because these will clog. And every time I sided 1 out, I took note of what I sided in, and every time I would have preferred to have that card I sided in compared to Rejuvenation. So, like, it basically, you're minimizing the likelihood that this will actually be dead, because sometimes this is dead in hand, and you'd rather just have a more coherent hand. So that is the main deck. There's 41 cards. I did not play any traps. For the extra deck, this is fairly simple. I ended up borrowing some stuff off a friend. I borrowed 1 Dracosack and 1 Big Eye, and I never actually needed them. I could have played with 2 Dracosack, 1 Big Eye, because I never made 3 Draco, and I never actually made Big Eye. So, onto the extra deck, I played 3 copies of Mecha Fan and Beast Dracosack, because He's Drakusaki, he's kind of your go-to guy, he's really good. But at the same time, I never made 3. There were times where I realised the merit of 3, and I'd still always play 3, hence why I'm still borrowing it. But I really rarely needed that 3rd, but it's for the rare occasion that you need it. Then 2 Big Eye, I feel that 3 is a bit overhyped, you really only need 2. 1 number 74 Master of Blades, 1 Mermail Abyssgaios, and 1 Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger. This was in here for so many tactical reasons, and I never made it, which made me really sad, but oh well. That's the Exceeders. The Synchros, Armory Arm, which I went into an unnecessary amount, Ancient Sacred Rhythm, which won me 2 games on its own, Karakuri Shogun Bure, who's really good with Corseska, Colossal Fighter, because there are so many different things you can do with Colossal Fighter, Crimson Blader for the mirror, which I summoned and then it got veiled, and that was about it. Scrap Dragon, which was ridiculous. Like, I made more Synchros, I think, today than I did Exceeders, which is kind of crazy. But Corseska put in work so much. And then 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend, which won me 2 games on its own. And in the first 4 games, I 2-0'd both my opponents in the first 2 rounds. In those 4 games, I summoned Thought Ruler in every single game. And it was pretty much pivotal in every single game at winning it. So, kind of consistent in making Thought Ruler. Then for the sideboard was really weird, but at the same time I was really quite happy with it. I don't really think I would change anything at the moment. I seem to remember there being something I should put in, like Tsukuyomis or side blockers, but at the same time this is really satisfactory. I played 3 copies of Vanity's Fiend for the mirror and just special summon OTK decks, which I felt there would be a lot of, and I was right. I put this in against the Dragon Mirror and against Constella, and it was stunningly good in the Dragon Mirror when I actually saw it, and against Constella it would have been good if I hadn't have like beaten face before I even found it. Then I put in double Spell Canceller for Prophecy. I played against 1 Prophecy player, but I never saw it. Double Droll and Knockbird. 3 MST to deal with back row outs. The 3 Eradicator Epidemic Virus, which I did manage to resolve against the Prophecy player game 3, single-handedly winning me the match, and then 2 Vanity's Emptiness for Dem Mirrors, and basically everything I explained that the Vanity's Fiend is for. Right, that has been the whole deck profile. Overall, I don't really think there's anything I would change. There's nothing I really had a big problem with. Talking about my matchups, round 1, I played against Modolce, which I ended up 2-0'ing. I don't understand what happened with both of us. We both kind of misplayed quite a few times, but I'd like to attribute the main reason of I won that match to the fact that I always had hand traps. The fact that the 6 hand traps against Modolce is so incredible. And game 1, he played through Maxi and put me to about 8 cards in hand, and I just OTK'd. And then game 2, I was just able to control him with Veilers and stopping his hoot cakes and all sorts of things like that. So that was Modolce. Round 2, I ended up playing against Scraps, and I had no idea what he was playing up first. I believe I started off by going... it was something along the lines of he went Thunder King set 5, and I had no idea what he was playing. And I ended up killing his Thunder King, making Thought Ruler. He had no response to any point of me making Thought Ruler, and I just poked and poked and poked and poked, and that was game with Thought Ruler. Just the swings with that. So I kind of started generically, and he was kind of confused because I hadn't actually seen any of the cards he was playing, and he was confused and asked me why I was side decking when I didn't know what his deck was. But I sided loads of generic stuff, and basically game 2 went exactly the same. I saw a Scrap Goblin, and that's how I knew it was Scraps, but I just made Thought Ruler again. Like, Thought Ruler was MVP during that match, and Thought Ruler just kicked face. Then round 3, I played against my friend Darren, who was playing Dragons as well. The mirror kind of went... It was going well in my favour. I felt that I was on top of the mirror. And then a fatal moment came where I maxied and my opponent had the Chalice Colossal Fighter OTK, where he crashes the Colossal Fighter into my guy, taking about 200 each time, and forcing me to draw with Maxi, and if he has enough life points, he can deck me out. And that's what he ended up doing to me. Game 2, I ended up getting a fairly solid win. And then game 3, I just drew appallingly. Managed to come back for 1 turn, and then I was left on 400 life points. I had Vanity's Fiend Blaster, my opponent just summoned Reactan, enemy controllered his react and away to get my blaster and attacked over the Vanity's Fiend with my own blaster for the 400 damage he needed, which was upsetting. Then lunch happened, and then we came back, and then I played against Prophecy, which I don't enjoy playing against because, like, Jaugen and Kaiku is a thing. I ended up winning game 1 just through sheer brute force. I just tried to attack through everything that he had and managed to push through, long story short. Bookerman was really integral in that, and Chalice was really integral as well. Game 2, I just didn't really have much, and he had the judgment plays. And then game 3, turn 1, I opened Corseska, a baby dragon play, Rejuve, Eradicator, and I just went baby dragon, summon Corseska, make Thought Ruler, Rejuve, I play Rejuve, set Eradicator. I have Droll in hand as well, go. Stand by phase, Eradicate spells, and that was it. That was basically that game, which won me that match. And then going into the final round, I ended up playing against a Constella player who was maining. He was actually a really crazy build. He was maining Stygian Dirge because he didn't have any Vanity's Emptiness. He couldn't find any going into the event, and that was really, really interesting because it basically left me in a situation where I basically had to just go into my dragons and attack. I couldn't make my Xyzes, and the only synchro I could make would be I forgot his name now, Karakuri Shogun. So like that was a really awkward matchup. Then I ended up winning game 1 just again through brute force with just dragons poking, and then I stormed his 4 back row, and he didn't play the road, so I managed to storm over the dirge and then just go Xyz crazy. Game 2, he then in his opening turn, bear in mind he's playing Constellas, normal summoned Rabbit, summoning two Heliotropes, making Ophion and just passing to me, and I thought that was insane, and he decided into an Ophion Rabbit engine. He still played Constella, but he decided into that engine. So I instantly lost that game because I didn't have the way around the Ophion. And then game 3, he opened Triple Chaos, and I didn't. I kind of opened Nutty, and that was the end of the event. I ended up coming 3rd, behind Darren, who lost in the final round as well. I'm pretty happy. I just got a few boosters as a prize, but the main thing I was after was my qualification for the finals. But yeah, otherwise I've rambled quite a bit, but I like to talk about my matchups. Otherwise, I think that's about everything I want to talk about. This has been Jamie the Kid 00, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye.